Hello students, today we will study about wages and incentives. We all know from ancient times the workers are paid for their work and some other benefits are also given to the worker. From this payment or benefits we should be able to know which is terms as wages and which is terms as incentives. So by the end of this lecture you will be able to differentiate between wages and incentives. We should also know what are the various wages plans or incentive plans which is used in the industries. So by the end of this lecture you will be able to explain the wage payment plans and you will be able to explain the various incentive plans. So by the end of this lecture you will be able to explain the incentives for direct and indirect labor, and we should also know what is direct labor and what is indirect labor. I am Vijender Singh, working as a lecturer at Rajiv Gandhi Government Polytechnic, Narwana. So let's start the lecture. So first one is wages. It may be defined as the payment which is given to the worker for their work or service. Wages include both money and non-money payments. Non-money payments are the payments which is given to the workers to fulfill his basic needs or to fulfill his living standards. That is termed as wages in terms of non-money. Although the wages includes salary, but some experts differentiate between the wages and salary. According to some experts, wages is the payment paid to the workers on hourly basis, and salary is the payment paid to the workers on the basis other than the hourly rate. So next one is your incentives. When workers or employees are working efficiently and doing more hard work, then some benefits are given to the workers. These benefits are terms as incentives. So incentives is defined as a reward which is given to the worker for its efficient and hard work. The rewards may be in terms of money like the workers are given bonus. The rewards may be in terms of child education allowance. The rewards may be in terms of their paid vacation. The rewards may be in terms of promotion. The reward may be in terms of pension. If the rewards may be in terms of health insurance. These are terms as incentives which is given to the workers. The incentives are given to the workers to motivate and to encourage the worker to work more efficiently and more hard work. So next is your types of wages. In the types of wages, the first one is your nominal wage. Nominal wage is the amount of money which is paid to the worker for his effort. It does not include any allowances or benefit which is given to the worker. Next is your real wage. Real wage represents the amounts of goods and service that the money wage will buy. Let's take an example to understand the real wage. Let's take an example of Mr. A that earns rupees 10,000 in the year of 2010, and his expenditure in the year of 2010 to buy food is rupees 3,000. His expenditure on cloth is 2,000 and on rent is 5,000 rupees. But in the year of 2020, his wage increased to 20,000 and his expenditure to buy the same amount of food is 6,000 and to buy the same amount of cloth is 4,000 and for the same building his rent is 10,000. So here you can see that his earning is increased by 10,000, but he can buy the same amount of food, clothes and rent with 20,000 in 2020 uh, as he can buy the same amount of food, cloth and rent in 2010 with the rupees of 10,000. So his real wage does not increase. His real wage is same, but his earning is increased by 10,000. Next one is your minimum wage. It is the wage which is paid to the worker to fulfill his basic need, or you can say that it is the wage paid to the worker to keep him alive. Our basic need is food, cloth and shelter. The wage or the money which fulfill our these basic need is termed as minimum wage. Each worker or each employee cannot pay less than the minimum wage as prescribed in Minimum Wage Act 1948. Next one is your living wage. Living wage is the wage paid to the worker for maintaining his living standards. It is the sum of basic need and other needs. Other needs are to maintain his living standards like children education allowance, insurance, medical allowance, transport facility, building quarters, etc. These are the other needs which is used to maintain the worker living standards. Next one is your fair wage. Fair wage is the wage paid to the worker which is fair as regard to work accomplished by him. Now you all can differentiate between wage and incentives. Next one is your wage payment plans. You should know wage is the most important factor which influence the employee-employer relationship. So good wage plan must be necessary. What is the requirement of good wage plan? A good wage plan is one which satisfies the employee and brings profit to the management. Wage payment plan can be classified in two groups. First one is your time rate system, which is also known as non-incentive plans. Second one is your piece rate system, which is known as incentive wage plans. Let's study in details the wage payment plans. First wage payment plan is time rate system, which is also known as non-incentive plan. In this system, an employee is paid on the basis of time worked. The most common time wage is hourly rate or a salary. Salary means a flat wage or per week or a flat wage per month, which is given to the worker. In this system, the wage can be calculated by multiplying the number of working hours to rate per hour. Let's take an example to understand the time rate system. Suppose Mr. A working 5 days per week and 8 hours per day, and he is paid with 50 per hours. So the total number of hours Mr. A worked is 5 into 8, 40 hours, and its wage can be calculated by 40 hours multiplied by the hours rate, which is 50, and 40 into 50, which is 2000 per week. So his wage in a week is rupees 2000. This is how we calculate the wages in time rate system. Time rate system has its own advantage and disadvantage. So next is your advantage and disadvantages. Let's take a look of the various advantages of time rate system. The first advantage is it is simple and easy to use. The second is regularity. Since the workers are getting a regular and fixed amount of wages at the end of month, this will give to the protection of salary to the workers. Next is quality. Since this system does not concern about the quantity of the product, the workers are working efficiently to give the top quality of product, which will ultimately leads to the less wastage of material. Last, it is the most preferable and most popular method of wage payment plans. Next is disadvantage. The first disadvantage is lack of incentives. Since both efficient and inefficient workers are getting the same amount of wages, the workers which are working efficiently gets demotivated, and the efficiency of these workers is also reduced, which results in loss of efficiency. The next is more supervision. Since the workers, there is no specific amount of work limit is given to the workers becomes careless, and which ultimately leads to the loss of production. The last one is difficulty in assessment of work of individual workers, because no record of individual performance is maintained in this system. So you cannot assess the efficiency of individual worker. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of time rate system. Second wage payment plan is piece rate system, which is also known as incentive plan. In this system, an employee is paid for the amount of output he produced per day, and the wage can be calculated by multiplying the number of pieces produced per day to the rate per piece. Let's take an example. Suppose Mr. A produces 50 pieces per day and he is paid a piece rate with a piece rate system of rupees 5 per piece. So the wage of Mr. A can be calculated by multiplying 50 into 5, which is rupees 250. So the wage of Mr. A in a day is rupees 250. This system is very simple and easy to implement, but it also has its merits and demerits. The various advantages of piece rate system is it is very simple and easy to use. Since this system focuses on the number of quantity produced in a day, which will result in increase in production. The more the number of pieces produced by a worker, the more he will get paid, and which results in increase in the profit to the employer, which leads in better employee-employer relation and gives motivation to the worker to produce more and more product. Next is this system requires less supervision. Since the workers are producing more and more product in the same given time, the supervision cost is reduced and which reduce the cost of production. Next is disadvantages. Since the workers are focusing on producing more and more number of units, this will lead to the loss of quality of product. This system provides no job security, no guaranteed minimum wage, and because the workers are focusing on number of units produced, this system leads to the improper use of machinery and equipments. And this system provides no fixed income to the worker. This is the merits and demerits, or you can say that advantages and disadvantages of piece rate system. So let's summarize the lecture. So in this system, first we studied what is wages, next what is incentives, next what are the various types of wages. In the types of wages, the first one is nominal wage, second one is real wage, third one is minimum wage, fourth one is living wage, and the fifth and last is fair wage. Next we will study the various types of wage payment plan. The first wage payment plan is time rate system and the second one is piece rate system. So this is the end of this lecture. Thank you.